Dear students, today we'll see what do we mean by a capacitor microphone. So it comes under the audio section of applications of electronic engineering, and the heading will be a capacitor microphone. Now basically we know that microphone is a transducer which will convert sound energy to electrical energy. And because the name is a capacitor microphone, there should be some variation in capacitance that will vary the electrical signal at the output which this microphone is going to use. Okay, so with this background, we will start what is a capacitor microphone. Now, there are many types of microphones which are available in the market. This is one type, and here also you can see on the top side you can input your sound, and that sound will be converted to electrical signal, and that electrical signal you can take at the output. Okay. So this is one type of a capacitor microphone which is available in the market. Now if you go to see the principle of working of capacitor microphone, okay, so here starting we have shown the sound waves. So here you can see the sound waves, the sound which we want to convert into electrical signal. These are going here, these are going here. Okay, now these sound waves are incident on a light material which is going to be taken as the front plate of the capacitor. So this is your front plate of the capacitor, this is your back plate of the capacitor. Okay, so this is your front plate, you have marked here, which is also the diaphragm, and this is the back plate of the capacitor. So this is a parallel plate, a capacitor here. So here this is one plate and this is another plate. So this is a parallel plate capacitor what you will be having here like this. So out of this, the first plate which will be light in material and which will be movable, and that will move or vibrate according to the striking of sound waves here. As the sound waves strike, this plate is going to move in and out, this is going to vibrate in and out. So according to the sound waves intensity, it is going to vibrate in and out. Whereas the second plate, the back plate, is fixed, this is fixed. Now we know that a capacitance, whenever we have, capacitance will be inversely proportional to the distance between the two plates. Okay, or we also can have QV is equal to CV, okay, or C is equal to Q upon V. So as the capacitance varies, the voltage across it inversely varies. As the distance between the plates varies, inversely the capacitance value varies. So these will be some of the basic formulas what we will be using over here to convert sound waves into electrical waves. Now here you can see that the sound wave is going to get incident, it is going to strike on the diaphragm, which is the front plate of the capacitor, whereas the back plate is fixed. Now with this we can only speak about capacitance, but now variation of capacitance we want to convert it into some electrical parameter, where some electrical parameter is going to vary like voltage or current. Okay, so for that we should build up a circuit here. So a circuit is built which is connected to the two plates of the capacitor. So here you can see this is the circuit which will be connected from here, which is connected from here, it is going, it is going. So here you are having a resistance across which the voltage will get developed, and here you are having a battery which will provide the voltage for the circuit to get energized, and the circuit is connected to the back plate. So it will start from the front plate and it will get completed at the back plate, and here you are having a battery. Now this battery will energize the circuit. This battery will see that there is a current flowing in the circuit, and that current flowing in the circuit can produce a voltage across this. Okay, so and that voltage you can take as the output signal. Okay, now here when the diaphragm is vibrating because of the incident of sound waves, these sound waves will strike the diaphragm, and depending upon the sound waves striking, this diaphragm will vibrate. That vibration will increase or decrease the distance between the two plates, that is this formula. And when the distance is less, capacitance is more. If the distance is more, capacitance is less. Okay. Similarly, if you see this relation, if the capacitance is more, then voltage across it is less. If capacitance is less, then voltage across it is more. Okay. Similarly, the concept will go with the charging and discharging current. Okay. Now here, as the sound waves are going to strike, there will be a mechanical vibration here. This vibration will give variation in capacitance here. This variation in capacitance is connected in a circuit which is going to give you a battery energized here, voltage is given and a current is flowing. So this variation in a capacitance will vary the current which is flowing in the circuit. And that current, if you take across this resistance, you will be having a variation in voltage. That means whatever, how the sound waves are going to vary here, at the output you will get variation in voltage. Here at the output you will get variation in voltage. That means as a whole, sound energy is converted to electrical energy. Okay. Then afterwards you can amplify this voltage and take at the output with some wire connections. So if you go to see that same diagram, you can show it in this way also. You are having a diaphragm on top, that is the plate which is flexible here. Here you are having the plate which is flexible. This is the fixed plate, back plate. Sound waves are going to incident on this sound waves. This is going to vibrate, and that vibration will vary the capacitance here, and that capacitance will be connected with a circuit which is energized by a battery, or it is also called as phantom power, and that will make a current to flow in this circuit, and that variation of current will give you, because it is varying because of the variation of the distance between the two plates and because of the variation of the capacitance, and that you can take across a resistance as the output voltage over here, and that variation of output voltage here will be corresponding to the variation of sound waves here. So whatever sound waves you are going to give here, that variation will be converted into variation of output voltage here. Okay. So here as a whole, sound energy is converted to electrical energy. Now if you see the theory of construction, you can see that a capacitor microphone has two plates. Two plates of a capacitor with a voltage between them. In the condenser microphone, because a capacitor is also called as a condenser, in the condenser mic, one of these plates is made very light material and acts as the diaphragm. The diaphragm vibrates when struck by sound waves, changing the distance between the two plates and therefore changing the capacitance. Specifically, when the plates are closer together, a capacitance increases because the distance between the plates are less and a charge current occurs. When the plates are further apart, a capacitance decreases and a discharge current occurs. A voltage is required across the capacitor for this to work, and this voltage is supplied either by a battery in the mic or by some external phantom power, as we have shown earlier. This voltage will energize the circuit, and then there will be a current flow in the circuit, and because the capacitance varies, the voltage across it varies, and that you can take at the output, and that will give you the variation of sound what was at the input. So sound, or variation of sound, will be correspondingly shown as variation of voltage at the output. So if you go to see the advantages of a capacitor microphone, the diaphragm assembly is light compared to that of dynamic microphones. Hence, it is more efficient at moving and is capable of capturing a range of high frequencies. It is easy to obtain a flat frequency response and extended frequency ranges. Condenser microphones can be small in design. So these are some of the main advantages of a capacitor microphone. Similarly, we'll go to see the disadvantages also. The first disadvantage is there is a limit to the maximum signal level the electronics can handle. So signal level will be having a limit. You cannot go above a specific level. They are more complex than dynamic microphones and tend to be more adversely affected by extremes of temperature and humidity. The surrounding environment will also affect the phones. Cheaper models can produce a small amount of noise from the electronics. So these are some of the disadvantages of capacitor microphone. So if you go to see the summary as you compare this microphone with dynamic microphones, you can see that condenser microphones are more expensive than dynamic microphones, but are more suitable for capturing the sounds of acoustic instruments and vocals due to their high sensitivity. This is very important. They should be avoided when dealing with high sound pressures, such as that are created from a kick drum. The sound produced from a condenser microphone can be described as being crisp, clear, and detailed. Often the sound quality is better than that of dynamic microphone. This is what we can conclude in the summary of capacitor microphone. Thank you, students.